It's asking a lot of an ordinary reporter to know enough to make these distinctions when they, decide to write an article about a guru or a study about meditation or yoga as a phenomenon. So there's always, erroneous statements and ignorance that seep into the popular press. This is not a new thing, but there's progress. People know more than they did 30 or 50 years ago, and certainly more than they did 100 years ago. So, there's progress, as there is in, other aspects of journalism and academia. And you can see that progress. You read, I actually was shocked at how accurate and respectful some of the coverage of Yogananda and even Vivekananda over 100 years ago was in the popular press. But then there's the opposite as well. There's antagonism, there's ignorance, there's foolishness. And, everybody who cares about this, should write letters to the editor when these things appear and make sure, I know the Hindu American community is doing a lot to correct mistakes in textbooks and, erroneous presentation of Hinduism and yoga and everything in schools. There's reason to be concerned about. Some people will call it Hindu phobia. It may not be anything antagonistic. It just may be, ignorance and misinterpretations that occur even in university life and academia. There's reason to be concerned. At the same time, there are many, many more professors teaching comparative religion, teaching courses on Hinduism and everything, that have great respect for the teachings, have maybe even yogis themselves, maybe even, spend time in India and have great admiration for the traditions, and are teaching it in a respectful and accurate way. So there's more of that than we think, but both are still true, and there's much we could be done. And part of, one of the things in those lines that I think is terribly important is what is said and written about under the name yoga, and its unfortunate development of people associating yoga with only physical exercise and thinking of yoga only as a physical practice for good health or whatever. And I think part of the challenge for those of us who care about the larger tradition is to speak out and protect the integrity of the tradition, so the larger value of the teachings don't get lost. I think that's one of the things we can come away with from the courses at HUA and in our own lives.